This is probably the question that I get asked the most. Why was my amputation elective? Elective simply means that I skipped a couple of steps and elected just to go to amputation. I had more options available that I didn't choose. For example, I had the option to do fusion, which is to fuse the bones together. I had an option of ankle replacement. However, a lot of people wouldn't even talk to me about ankle replacement because it has such a high fail rate. It would result in amputation anyway. And typically they don't do it on anybody younger than I think 55 or 60. And I was also a candidate for a trial study of a cadaver replacement. And he really wanted me in his study. Basically, the cadaver replacement was going to remove all of my ankle joint and put in a hip ball of a cadaver. They would drive a rod through the bottom of my heel, up through that cadaver ball into the bones of my legs. One of the major reasons that I didn't choose this was he was very, very honest with me, and he said that it has an extremely high fail rate, that you won't be able to walk on any uneven surfaces like sand, mulch, off of a curb. Because I had already established my why several months back, and I determined that the reason that I'm amputating is to have a better life, travel the world, and play with my kids, that cadaver replacement wasn't going to get me on the cobblestone streets of Europe. It wasn't going to get me playing in the grass with my kids. It wasn't going to get me around in the sand of Egypt. So I knew right away that this was not a viable option for me. I skipped all of those steps and said, no, thank you. I want to go for elective amputation. However, I may have chosen fusion or replacement first if I didn't feel forced to amputate, which I will explain in the next video.